Today I have an awesome light from FalconEyes. It's a cool, soft LED light that runs off super small batteries, but is awesome and bright. So I did a review of another FalconEyes light. It was their LED strip that you could basically put anywhere. Really cool idea, really awesome light. I only use it in some specialized scenarios where I really need to put this light like on a wall or something. However, recently I've been working with this light, which is basically an LED soft disc. This is it. There's not much more to it. It's just a simple light. It allows you to get really soft light from a very simple and small source. So I've been using this light in almost every video that you've seen recently. Anytime I'm shooting a product or anytime that I'm shooting over at my work table, I always put this light right above me. And the reason is it's a nice, soft, even light that looks really good when put in certain settings. And then from there, I'll add on additional lighting if I need some stuff on the front or the side. Also, I've been using this light as just a single light source. So a lot of times there's situations where you don't want to bring a bunch of gear, you don't have time, you don't have the time to set up a bunch of different lights, and you basically just need to use your existing lighting that's in a location and then pop on one light to fill in front features. Now this light is perfect for that, because it could basically fit anywhere. It fits on any normal light stand or C-stand, and you could basically put it into situations where you can't get a bigger soft light. Right now I'm using like a big softbox. That's how I do this video, because I have a setup that I kind of leave in my office for doing these kind of videos. However, this is more cumbersome than taking this out. This I could just pop on a stand, flip it on, and it's good to go, and I'll get a nice soft look on a face, whether I'm shooting an interview, someone else, or I'm shooting myself. Now, one of the coolest things about this light is the batteries that they run on. So it just uses these standard Sony batteries. Now these are easy to come by. I have a ton of them just laying around from other cameras or other pieces of gear, and they're not super expensive. FalconEyes definitely recommends a certain one for this light in particular. I'll put a link down below so you can check that out. However, I've tested it on all my just batteries sitting around my house, and all of them work great. So it uses a very inexpensive power source if you want to run off battery. Now you can also run off AC power if you want to plug it into the wall, which often I'll do that just so I don't have to worry about battery power. However, running off one of these batteries, it does last a long time. I brought this light with me in a situation recently where I was setting up in different locations all around a house. Now I can't show you the exact footage from the shoot because it was for a client. However, I had Rachel step in just so you could get an idea of how I could work with this light in this setting. I was in someone's house, it was very crammed settings, and in some of the rooms I had a bigger light setup. So I did more of like this kind of setup where I had my key light, I had a hair light, I had another light filling the ceiling so I could just bring up the ambience in the room. However, when you got to the kitchen, it was a little brighter. All I really needed was some punch from the front so the face looks nice. So I have that nice key light look. Now to do that, I just used the FalconEyes light, and this light worked great because you could just pop it up and you have a nice soft light that's even, and it looked great in that setting. And I completely ran this off batteries for the 2 hours that I was in this situation shooting. So some of my other lights that I'm using don't use batteries like this. They use much bigger V-mount batteries, and those are more expensive and they're harder to bring with you. These kind of batteries, I could just throw in my bag and have a bunch of them. And this light could last all day because I could just be flipping out batteries. Another awesome feature about this light in particular is that it is color control. So you can go from like 3000 Kelvin, you can tell it's down super low, and you can go all the way up to 56 Kelvin. Woo, that's bright. And also you can control how bright and how dim you want this light. Right now I am at 0%. You can literally bump it up 1% if you want. So it goes 0 to 100. Look at that, that's at 1%. It creates a nice fill. So I'll just add that right there. I should do another video just about lighting the face and the different ways that you light the face. But you can really dial in this light in terms of the color and also in terms of how bright you want it. Now, in terms of brightness as a whole, it does put off enough light. Like I said, in a house that has lots of windows in the daylight, I can use this as my key light to fill in a face. Now, if I was to go outside, I wouldn't be able to give that much of a punch compared to, say, the sun. However, any interview setting, anything where you're shooting kind of one person on camera, this is an awesome light to use. It's definitely not as bright as, say, like a big Kino Flow or something like like that, but it's also, look how small this is. It's just a little disc. So the amount of light that this puts out is pretty incredible for its size. And the fact that it's not super directional, it's really soft because of this built-in diffusion. And that's one other point I want to get at. If you want a hard light, so if you want the ability to take off this diffusion, then this is not your light, because this is essentially a soft light that is always going to be soft. There's not a whole lot you can do in terms of modifying this light. So there's no barn doors, there's no attachments to really sculpt the light in any way. You get this light if you need a soft source and something that you can control the color temperature and you can control your brightness. So all you YouTubers out there, if you're looking to build your YouTube setup, so if you're looking to do something like this, because this is an awesome light for you to have a one light setup in any situation that you're in and be able to get a good looking setup. Now for any filmmakers out there, if you're looking for just a light to add to your kit that gives you a nice soft kind of punch, this is awesome. I've used a lot of LED panels in the past and in a lot of the situations where I'm run and gun, a lot of times I'll be with a camera crew and someone with a light, and they'll usually have a softbox around a light panel. Well, this basically solves that issue because you don't have to have the light box and you also don't have to have big bulky batteries. And that's one thing I really like. It's an all-in-one unit. There's no cables hanging off it. There's no ballast hanging off of it. It's just this, that's it. So literally you could just handhold this in a quick setting. If you need to grab like a quick interview on the go, well, you could just have your friend hold this up and get some nice light on the face. And that's one of the keys whenever you're shooting, as long as you can make someone's face look good for like an interview setting, people aren't gonna necessarily look at the background as much. If the face looks awful, then all of a sudden they're gonna notice that it was lit poorly. So having something like this, and just having around so that you can fill in facial features and get an awesome look, I highly suggest. This is awesome. I'm glad I got this, and like I said, for my YouTube videos in particular, this is my go-to light for any sort of product thing that I'm doing. Anytime I'm in here in the office with my products, this is the light I use to light them up. Also, if I need to like run downstairs or go run somewhere else and just get a quick shot of a product on a different surface or somewhere else, I always just grab this light because I can grab a small stand, it's running off battery, and I could just set up and grab the shot and go and not have to worry about cables, not have to worry about anything else. And I know the output is gonna be nice and soft and it's just gonna look good. All right guys, that's it for my review of the FalconEyes SO28TD. And I highly suggest if you're looking for this style of a light, this is good. I like it. I do like it a lot, and it's something I'm gonna continue to use for a long time. So guys, that's it. If you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Got a lot of awesome filmmaking tutorials, camera reviews, I do some adventure stuff when I'm not crazy busy filming. I also have a creator film school that is nuts to bolts, everything that you need to know to have a career as a filmmaker. So guys, check that out in the description down below. I'll also put a link to the light so you guys can go check that out, see some more details about it. There's a ton of info that you could go read on the link that I've added down below. All right guys, I'll see you on the next one.